Good morning to the media and fellow Gambians and comrades in the struggle. Welcome to the GALA press conference. And my name is Omar Saibo Kamara, and I'm the spokesperson of Gambians Against Looted Asset. We all welcome you all to this press conference this morning. The purpose of this press conference is, if you recall, July 23rd, 2025, Gambians Against Looted Assets staged an anti-corruption protest for the first time in the history of this country. And following this protest, we submitted 5 petitions: 2 to the office of the president, 1 to the National Assembly, 1 to GALA, 1 to the National Sport Council, with 90 days of response demand. Following this, all of these institutions have responded before the elapse of the 90 days, which is also unprecedented, that Gambian citizens wrote and petitioned the government and then satellite institutions, and they all responded, and they responded before the deadline. Following their submissions of their response, GALA find it necessary to gather, review, and also respond to the responses of these institutions, because what we believe was that the response to our petitions are meant to answer questions raised and concerns raised, and also demanded actions to be taken on certain issues. They have all responded in one way or the other. In their submissions, they have answered questions. They have also claimed to have taken actions in certain demands that have been met. After completing our review, after 3 weeks or plus, that every day the team will sit down and review this with consultation of our lawyers, we have also found it fitting to respond to the responses from these institutions. But today, I'm not going to be the one to release this statement. I'll have the singular honor to invite the Secretary General of Gambians Against Looted Asset, Omar Revolutionary Sane, to release the statement on behalf of GALA. Thank you.
Good morning, the press, the Central Committee of Gambians Against Looted Assets, and thank you very much for to be here today. And I would like to make a few corrections. My name is Omar Sanyang, not Sane. So I don't want to be kex, so I am Omar. So the press statement: Gambians Against Looted Assets, GALA, responds to the government and institutions' reactions to the GALA petition. Gambians Against Looted Assets wishes to formally inform the public of its position regarding the responses received from the National Sports Council, the National Assembly, and the government of the Gambia concerning our petition on corruption, mismanagement of public resources, and institutional failure. As a citizens' movement rooted in transparency, accountability, and justice, GALA remains unwavering in its missions to protect the wealth of the Gambian people. Our positions are grounded in verified evidences, official records, and the constitutional mandate that all state institutions must uphold the rule of law without any compromise. So first, we will start with the National Sports Council. The persistent lack of accountability and transparency in GFF. The issue raised by GALA regarding the Gambia Football Federation remained unresolved. Transparency is still gradually absent, with no tangible development on the ground to reflect the millions of dollars and foreign funds entrusted to the Federation. However, after reviewing both your responses and the FIFA Forward Global Report 2026 to 2022, 2016 to 2022, several key concerns remained unresolved. The FIFA report confirmed that Gambia received over $11.4 million US dollars, including more than $2 million for infrastructure and $1.5 million for equipment. Also, $1.5 million for administration and governance, $4.2 million for national teams, among others. Allocations. These funds were intended to deliver meaningful improvements in pitches technicality. centers, and competitions, and club support. Yet, after more than 10 years under the Kababade-led council, Kababade-led administration, the actual state of football facilities across the country does not reflect these substantial investments. Most playing grounds remain in poor conditions and no major renovations or new facilities of the scale reported by the FIFA can be observed. The report lists 5 stadium-related projects, 2 playing surfaces, 1 technical center, and 14 pitches, as either new or renovated. GALA league clubs, regional associations, and community football structures cannot identify these projects in practice. If these works had been completed, they should be visible, accessible, and widely acknowledged. Yet, the reality on the ground contradicts what is reported. Equally troubling in the ongoing financial strain on league clubs, despite millions allocated to competitions and club support, GFF still owes teams significant amount, including transport funds, logistic supports, and preparation funds for from as back as 2023 season. This undermines the claim that competition funds are being efficiently utilized and continues to affect the smooth running of domestic leagues. Our petition is rooted in the need for transparency, accountability, and alignment between funding received and real outcomes. What GALA seeks is the straightforward and independent audit of FIFA forward funds, public disclosure of completed projects with verified details verifications, visits to all project seats, immediate settlement of outstanding payments to clubs, and institutional reforms to improve governance. To improve governance. There are more excessive demands. They are standard requirements, whatever public interest funding is involved. The National Sports Council, as the statutory oversight body, has a responsibility not to defend shortcomings, but to uphold accountability, compliance, and integrity of sport governance. We therefore urge the National Sports Council to reconsider its stance and fully exercise its mandate in the interest of the Gambian football. GALA remains committed to ensure that development resources truly benefits Gambian players, clubs, and communities. Accountability is essential, and Gambian football deserves transparency, progress, and visible development, not inconsistencies. FIFA records confirm that 1.5 million was allocated to GFF under the National Football Development Program. However, Gambians cannot see any meaningful infrastructure or improvements that justify such massive investments. Grassroots football development. As part of our petition, we also asked GFF for the grassroots football development, but GFF claims that it supports grassroots football is inconsistent with realities. School football competitions are financed by schools through the school improvement grants, that is the SIGs. They claim that 2,300 footballs were distributed to schools remained unproven. The only verified instance of football distribution occurred during the COVID-19 emergency period, which was funded under a separate program. Now to the National Assembly. The National Assembly has conditioned us, and one of it is that we have sent series of petitions to them, but some of them are admissible and some of them are not admissible. These are non-admissible sectors. So GALA acknowledged the National Assembly's effort to review our petition, notes the following. The non-admissible components. Two of the 3 issues raised were deemed non-admissible. The demand for the publication of list of individuals allocated state land, a crucial step towards transparency, fairness in state resource distribution. 2, a call for an investigation into the alleged 3 million Gambian 300 million revenue leakage at the GPA, leakage at the GPA linked to procurement irregularities at administrative lapses. We were informed that Gambia Ports Authority matter remains with the Attorney General chambers for possible prosecution. However, nearly 9 months have passed without any notable action, update, or clarity. GALA calls on the Ministry of Justice to expedite proceedings and publish the investigation findings without delay. The admissible component. The National Assembly acknowledged that matters related to the audit reports are admissible. GALA welcomes its position and will continue to collaborate with the Assembly to strengthen public oversight and implement crucial audit recommendations. Government responses on petroleum importation and sales. A concerning disregard to the National Assembly's binding recommendations. Upon reviewing the Gambia government's response, GALA finds it deliberately avoidance of the core issues raised. The National Assembly's findings were comprehensive, evidence-based, and accompanied by binding recommendations grounded in Section 102 and Section 109, Section 102, Section 109, and Section 110 of the Constitution. The government responded to matters that were not part of the Assembly's recommendation, effectively ignoring key concerns such as systematic corruption, mismanagement of public funds, violation of national laws and policies, undue interference by public officials, and abuse of institutional power. This selective response reflects a deep, troubling lack of political will to confront corruption within the petroleum sector. GALA's position. GALA family believe that the posture of the current administration demonstrates an abuse of genuine commitment to combating corruption and enforce accountability. We remind the government of its constitutional and moral obligation to safeguard national resources, enforce national laws, ensure transparency in all public dealings, protect the interests of the Gambian people. Failure to uphold these obligations threatens not only the institutional integrity, but also the nation's economic stability and democratic process. GALA call to action. GALA renew its demand for urgent and decisive actions. 1. Full and timely implementation of National Assembly's recommendation, comprehensive accountability mechanisms within the GFF and GPA, immediate prosecution of individuals implicated in corruption, financial misconduct. 4. Publication of all crucial reports, including the state land allocation list, finding of the GPA investigation, all relevant audit and administrative reports. GALA assures the public that we will not relent. We will continue to defend national resources, expose corruption, and hold public institutions accountable without fear, favor, or compromise. GALA's next point of action. In commemoration of the International Human Rights Day, scheduled for on the 10th December 2025, where GALA will amplify the call for respect of international human rights. International human rights. National Caravan. A tentative set for early January aimed to engage communities across the regions, raising public awareness and mobilizing national support for a corrupt-free society. In conclusion, GALA stands firm in its belief that Gambia deserves transparent governance, accountability, institutions, and leaders who serve the people, not themselves. The selective and inadequate responses from the institutions only strengthen our resolve to continue this struggle. Corruption is not a political issue, it is a national crisis, and until the truth is revealed, accountability enforced, and justice delivered, GALA will remain in the front line. We call on all Gambian youths, elders, civil society organizations, and professionals to join in this fight. Together we can build a Gambia where public resources serve the public good, where no individual is above the law. People power, our power. Thank you.